We got all of our doors back and we got quite a few of them on. We got the one in the closet in the kitchen done, and we got a couple back through here. I'm going to take you guys through and show you some of the doors that we have got mounted on and show you some of the trim that we're going to be using. You know, my buddy Ricky over there, if you guys have been watching the videos, he cut some beautiful walnut last summer, and this stuff is dry now and it's ready to use. And he cut us up some for the inside of all the bifold doors. And I'm going to show you one frame that we had got finished in the bathroom. I think you guys are going to like this. Okay, this is the first door that Julie and I worked on. There's definitely some small issues with, you know, some of the structural. It's nothing major, but, you know, we're not really used to hanging doors. But I don't think there's anything there we can't fix. We got it shimmed up good and screwed into place, and I think it looks pretty good. So let's go back down through here. And you guys remember the pocket doors that we had installed earlier in the build. Now we had to have these pocket doors, the framework had to be installed before we actually put the doors in. We did that when we were building the structure itself, the wall. So we have a door here that will slide out and shut right there. Now these doors, like I said, are all 36 inches wide. Now we have all the latches for these doors. We don't have them in yet, but I think Julie's gonna do some painting. So we're gonna leave that go for a little bit until she gets some painting done. Now this is the one in the closet. Look at this. This is black walnut. Look at that beautiful wood. Now, you're not going to see all this wood because there's going to be a bifold door in the center of it, but just look at that wood. That's what you're going to see from the outside, and I think it's going to be beautiful. So we have that closet framed up. We still got to put the bifold door in there, and we have this one framed up. Now this one goes into the laundry room. They work very smooth. They're nice and straight. And like I said, once we get the...
Those were really easy to install.
Very easy. I wish we could have put these in the bedrooms too. Because we had a much rougher time in the bedrooms than we did in the... Now, here is the bedroom one. This bedroom one here. Now, what I had an issue with, and I'll show you guys, I'm not afraid to show you my mistakes, or if it even is a mistake. When you come out here, I'm sticking outside this wall about 1/8 of an inch. I don't know if it's the door itself, but every time I get it lined up, I just have a devil of a time getting them lined up. But now when you close the door, and I know a lot of people are not showing you everything, but the door really shuts nice, and it's got a good gap around it. I mean, an even gap. Now, when we put the knobs on them, of course, that door will stay nice and closed. But most of the time, the door will be open. And then we still have to do the trim around these big 4-foot closet doors, and we have all that. And then we have this bedroom door on. And like I said, they close very nicely, and they got an even gap all the way around them. But some places I have it sticking out just a little bit right here. Okay, just a little bit. But if I tilt this in, if I move this in, my wall is perfectly plumb. I don't understand it, but that's what we got. I think we can work with what we got. And from the inside, it looks really good from the inside. When you look at it from the inside, it has a pretty even gap all the way around it. Down that side and up that side. So over the weekend, we're going to work on the closets. We're going to get all the closet bifolds in. We still have the one in the laundry room too to do. So there was a total of 9 doors. Turn that light on, would you? Yeah, there's 9 interior doors in this house. And so far, about all of them have been a pain besides them 2.
The sliders.
The 2 sliders.
Yeah.
Those were the easiest ones, and man, they just really nice and smooth. They close tight, which was neat. I like that. So if you guys are having issues with putting your doors up, don't feel left out. We're having issues too. So we're gonna get on. I'll see you guys in the morning. I will show you some of this walnut. This is some of the walnut we're gonna be using on the trim. That's for the inside of all the bifold doors. Thanks to Ricky, we got this sitting here waiting for us to work. Now, I just showed this tool on video. If you guys seen that, where we was cutting the door wedges off. Good tool. If you guys are interested in that tool, I'll leave a link in the description down below. Check it out. So far, it's been a very handy tool for this job. So, I guess we'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, we have our second door trimmed out in the walnut. This is another bifold door. The same one that's in the bathroom over there. They're turning out pretty nice. They actually look really nice. And Julie is back here in the back room. She's cutting. We're getting ready to put this one here in. A little tricky. Gotta make sure all your measurements are right because this is a finished product. So we're gonna get this one put in. Then hopefully we can get the one more in the other bedroom done, and then we can get to painting them. Not we, Julie. Julie can get to painting them. She's the painter. All right, Julie and I are working on the inside trim of this big bifold. Now, you know, these were framed out, they were rough framed in, so, you know, sometimes we have to put wedges in. So we have wedges just to space that out nice, make sure it's good and square. And we're working on this side over here. And like I said, you know, your bifolds need so much room to close. Sometimes you have to put big wedges. Sometimes you don't have to put any wedge. But as you can see, that's really starting to look nice.
Yeah, and then we just filled in with spray foam around these doors because we're not going to have any trim for a while. So I'm just going to, when I paint the door, I'll just paint over that. Just to fill in the huge gaps that was there.
Yeah, it don't look the greatest, but your trim's going to cover all that.
Yeah,
and we
later.
What kind of foam did we use?
Well, it's spray foam, but you have to watch it when you put it around windows and doors. Get the kind that says it doesn't bow. It won't bow your frame in.
The least amount of bow resistance.
Yeah, so the door still closes nice and flush. And
we did that to every one of the doors. You can see that one over there, we've done the same.
Because there was just huge gaps around there, so for now it should look okay once it's painted. Until
all of our walnut wood gets dry.
Yeah, because it's going to be a while, so.
But you can see some of these doors, we had to put some pretty decent sized shims in them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you got to shim what you got to shim, but you know, if you don't have the exact measurements when you're building the doors, you know, you do what you got to do. You can see I got spacers up along the top. You do what you got to do to get your door perfect as you can.
If you want to show them what this, or did you already show them?
No, I didn't show them.
Well, this is going to be what the trim looks like. Obviously, that's too wide right now, but
it's going to look really nice.
That's what it will look like when we're all done. Well, it will have some kind of sealer on it, clear coat or something.
Yeah, we'll do something to seal it up.
Yeah.
But right now, what we want to do is kind of match it up with our floor, and we wet it down a little bit, and it matches really nice with the floor.
Yeah.
Let me see if we can get some more light in here. There you go.
Yeah.
As you can see, if you line that up there, oh nice, that's going to work.
Yeah. But that will be down the road a few months, I'm sure. Yeah. Hopefully before the end of summer we can get this trim all done.
I think we can. I think I got a cool way to dry some wood out. So we'll see if it works. I'll do a video.
So it should look pretty nice though.
Okay, so we're going to get back to work. We still got a lot to do. I mean, we only have the 2 closets in the bedrooms, and I know we're gonna get one done today. I'm not so sure about the other one. It takes us forever. When you're doing this tedious work, it's tough sometimes. So we'll get you guys back in here in a bit. Well, we have this one here done. Gave us some issues, but we got it figured out and got it together, and it looks really nice. We didn't get everything we wanted to get done today. We'd like to have got the other one in, but tomorrow's a new day. We'll go at it tomorrow and see if we can get the one in the other bedroom finished up, and then we can get the paint. But some of these can be a little tricky, you know, getting them in there. You want them to look good, so it takes a little longer. Well, Julie's in here painting up the doors. Now these doors, when they come, they have primer on them.
Yeah.
So you really don't need no primer, right?
No, but paint has primer in it too, so
Yeah.
we're good.
So while Julie's working on that, I am in here framing up these doors. Now, these doors, when you get a pocket door, you still have to put an inside frame. Because if not, your door just doesn't fit in there quite right. And then you want something on this side. Otherwise, you have a gap through there. And what we do is just close them up here. And that gives us our inside frame. Now we're going to trim these in black walnut, but the insides of these frames will be painted white. Now we still have the door latches to put on them, and we'll get to them as soon as she's done painting them all. So now when your door is in, it's laying flush. And that's what I'm working on over here, this one over here. Now, the tools we had bought, the table saw, the chop saw, or the radio arm saw, has come in handy because that's what we're using to cut all of our boards. Now these were just 1-bys, and chopped them up, and we're making that trim board around there. So I'll get some of that on video and show you how I'm doing it. So now when you're framing these up, you have to put these 2 little guides on here, and as you can see, they kind of stick out. So I just took my carpenter knife, I made a notch on there, and this guy is going to fit right over top of that, nice and flush. And that's what we want, all the way down through there. We want it nice and flush. So I'm going to get the nail gun. We're going to get this one nailed on, because it's ready to go. So now we're just using our little brad nailer to nail these guys in. I'm putting them flush with the top, and I have a little gap along the floor. This little gun, if you don't have one, and you're going to build, you probably ought to get one. Alright, so we got our trim up there, and I do say it looks pretty good. We got them on both sides, so we're going to start on the other side. Now for this side of the door, we started out with a 1-by 1 3/8. This is 1 3/8 wide, and it was 3/4 of an inch thick. So I took it in there and put it on the table saw, ripped it down to a 1/2 inch, because I don't want a real wide trim board on here. I want a kind of a thin trim board. So this one here will go up in here, just flush with this board here. Now what I'll do is I'll take a square. Let me grab a square. I'll hold a square against this wall to make sure that board does not stick out any further than the wall. We want it flush with the wall for our trim. Okay, this side is finished. When I cut this board 1 3/8 inches, what I did is I took the router and I used the router and I rounded this edge off. And the reason why is because these boards, when you first cut them, they're very sharp. Right in here, they're real sharp. And I wanted this rounded off in case somebody gets their fingers, like a little kid or something gets their fingers in there. You'll be able to close the door and not, it'll smash their fingers, but it won't cut their fingers. So when we open this door up or close it, if your fingers were in there, it'd be painful. So that makes a really nice, kind of a tight fit for a pocket door. So all I have to do is get this side on and this door will be finished. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and mount our other piece on there. I'm gonna line it up with the top one up there because I know it's right where I want it to be. And I'm gonna put a nail in. And that's gonna let it hang for me where I need it. Come down along here, move it over to where it squares in there. That'll be good. Finish this one off, get it nailed down through here. Now some of these boards are warped a little bit, but they're so thin they're easy to move around. Now we have a really nice round edge on that. We don't have to worry about any kids getting their fingers cut on it. That's a nice jam. Okay, so we'll close our door and see how it looks. Nice. Perfect fit. Check it out from outside. It's nice and straight up through here. Everything looks like it should. That's both pocket doors done. Julie's just got to get some painting done. As soon as she gets the painting done, we'll get to put on. We'll put our latches on these, and they'll be good to go. Julie's got a lot of doors to paint. 9 of them.
At least 2 coats each.
Two
That's
coats.
a lot of doors. But
Are you thinking about changing the color of the inside of the house?
I don't know. Kind of a lot of white with the
Yeah.
doors and all the walls. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot.
it is a lot of white.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, all I say is think about it, and if you want to do it, let's do it before we put the floor down.
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys in a bit.